It's time to take a look at the RPG add-on. This adds tons of new classes and even a new boss to check out. So, without further ado, let's see what's in this RPG add-on. Here we are in the add-on. As you can see around me, we've got a lot of things going on, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. We're gonna take a look at all of these cool effects and abilities with all these different classes. Oh, look at that. And we even have some cool animations. So, let's check it out. So, once you pop in the world, you will get a book that looks like this. And obviously, this book will tell you everything you need to know, but I will just be going over that in the video. But also, one amazing thing you may notice is that we have actions and stuff installed. This is fully compatible with actions and stuff, so we'll get all the new animations for all the mobs and players as well. This is the wonderful RPG Craft add-on, and this is from Kubo Studios. And you'll be able to get this on the marketplace. So once we pop in here, one of the main things that you need to know is once we turn the page, you need to craft either a guidebook, and once you have the guidebook, you need the guild tag. So the guild tag is essential to accessing all the different classes. But one of the most important things to get these classes is the guild insignia, and that's how you craft it. Once you have your guild insignia, all you have to do is right click. Once you open this up, you can see all these different insignias and what you're able to do. We have arcane, bow, claymore, dagger, and sword. And these are the items that you need to access these new classes. So for example, we have our book. We'll open our guild insignia, click on book, and we get a new thing right here. Let's find a spot for this. There we go. So we're gonna place this down like that and get our new friend Clervy. If you want to unlock the class, click on class. There we go. Becoming a mage means you have to pay attention to your own abilities. For this, to go defeat the healer Noplin and bring me the mask fragment they drop. So once you click accept, we have a new quest. We gotta find a healer Noplin. You may be wondering what the healer Noplin even is. That'll bring us right to the book. So there are some brand new mobs. We got the reptile tribes, which are the lizardkin and the frogginess. And you can find these in the taiga, savanna, lush cave, and jungle biomes. We also have the Euflate. You also have these guys, which names I can definitely pronounce. But you can find these in the caves, desert, and jungle biomes. And we also have the Sanctum Beasts, which will spawn near the location where the Sanctum Flower blooms. So you'll have to go and find that as well. And we also have the Omni Clan, which can be found in the Cherry Groves, and the Noplins, which can be found in any biomes, but they only spawn at night. Then we also have the Deserters, which are found in the desert and the Badland biomes. So achieving some of these classes means that you might have to go out and explore to find these for your own. Here we are, we got the healer Noplin, we're gonna spawn him down, and this is what he looks like. But he will also sometimes spawn with the regular Noplins and the brutes. Our goal is to defeat a healer Noplin. Once we're in survival, all we have to do is attack these guys, and there we go. And oh dang, he's gonna hit.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
There we go. Now we defeated some of these guys, we get a new thing as well. These are chests. We pop it open, and we just got a classic chest, nothing too crazy. Bring the mask fragment and report to Clervy. So there we go, we right click with the mask fragment, and we get this class data. So once we have this class data, we right click on it, and this has been added to our guild tag. All you have to do is go to your guild tag, right click on that, open classes, click on arcane, mage, and equip. It's gonna be like, oh, you can't do that because you need the first 3 empty. There we go. Now that we have our first 3 slots empty, and equip. There we go. We now have some cool mage stuff. And we get a new set of armor as well. You can manage this in the guild tag as well. You go to snap armors, go to settings, customize, and you can customize which helmets, chest plates, and things like that you want. We have another thing here. Obviously, that is the Frost Flake. We have some new cool things that we can check out. So let's say we spawn another Noplin. This Frost Flake does something really cool. If we click like that, it will shoot a freezing bolt right at your target. If we get another one and we right click, it will freeze them and give them slowness, just like that. So as you can tell, they are now slow, and we can go up and defeat all of our enemies just like that. But as you can see, some of these are locked, and that's where the fun comes in. If you come back over here, we can right click, and we want to rank up. You probably need to bring some potions. Why, you ask? Because this time I need you to defeat a witch. And it just so happens that we have a couple witches right here. Actions and stuff makes this look really cool. So once we go back to Clervy, right click, Mage 2, let's go. You can see we're still not quite unlocked, But if we right click, rank up again, accept, report back to Clervy. Whoop. Yeah, Mage 3, and we unlock a new spell. So this one is really cool, as we have our Brute Nopalin right over here. Let's attack him. There we go. He's gonna get kind of mad at us, and we can try to defeat him. But if we right click, we get put in an invulnerable state where we won't take any damage until we get bumped out, and that's not great. So let's go back in, and we won't take any damage. It's a nice shield, and you can double sneak to get out of it early. And for this final one, we unlock our final thing, which is the Frosted Meteor. And if we come over here, you can kind of take a brief look at all of these. This one will summon a Frosted Meteor that attracts mobs within the range of a Dark Ice Spikes. If we use our normal interaction, if we're close enough, we'll just shoot the bullets. Let's see if we can... There we go. Oh, we missed. We missed. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get him. We'll get him this time. There we go. Shoot it down. Boom. And they get slowness 10. We can go up and defeat them. Oh, just don't get too close. Ooh. Ooh. One of the cool things is if we go into our guild tags, we can check out our quests. We can see where we're at. We have companions, which we'll get to later. And we'll have animation compatibility. Click on that. And let's do actions and stuff. There we go. It has been updated to actions and stuff. And last but not least, you can also create a party within your game. Party members is 0 out of 4. We also have teleport, which we can teleport to Clervy. There we go. So you'll never be able to lose where you're at. But let's take a look at another guild. Now that we have a guild insignia, we'll right click. Let's go down to the sword. And we have a wooden sword in our inventory, so we'll be able to use that. Boom. There we go. We got Garant. Garant. Yes. So if we hop in, we go to class, defeat 5 hostile mobs, and bring me a stone sword. There we go. We have that. Now we just have to come over to Garant and give him the stone sword. There we go. We have our class. So let's add our warrior class to our data. Let's go to guild tags, classes, click on sword, and warrior. Equip. There we go. We now have it unlocked. So this one we can charge just like that, and we'll throw a sword. So let's spawn some Omni guards so we can take a look at them, and we'll use our switch throw. There we go. We'll throw our weapon, and it inflicts slowness on our enemies. And we got our Omni healer trying to heal their friends. But if we go to Garant, let's hit rank up. We need to defeat 10 pillagers, vindicators, or evokers. There we go, warrior 3, and we get parry. So now that they're aggroed, we're going to use our parry, like that. 1, 2, 3. It blocks 3 attacks before we'll have to, oh, there we go. And let's unlock tenacity. Now that we have tenacity, let's charge it up. This will give us strength and resistance and give a knockback effect to all the people around us. There we go. As you can see, these new mobs will also drop new sets of armor. This is kind of how you get all the different classes and things like that, and it's so cool. You get so many new abilities that all look really cool, but there may be one kind of secret one that we'll get to in just a second. And here we have the Claymore. Let's open our Guardian, equip that, and we'll see that we have this one, which is really cool. So let's unlock the abilities and go through each of these. So let's take a look at the new mobs. We got this Deserter Bandit right here. We got the Desert Ufludge, this guy, it just looks like a block, and the Desert Marksman that we got here. But let's try Concealed Wrath. So we'll go into survival. He's gonna blast us. I'm gonna get speed, resistance, and a little bit of power. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. We got our Desert Bandit. Let's try this one right here. We're gonna go up in the air and come back down. And last but not least, let's try out this one. So obviously the high burst gives us a double jump, perform a high jump, and strike to the ground, giving a levitation 10 to the mobs within range. And last one is perform a heavy impact slash that deals knockback with mobs in the range. There we go. Boom. So that is the warrior. Now next up we have the archer class. Now this one you have a bow and it looks pretty sick. We have some new enemies over here. These are our lizard guys. And one of the cool things about this is that when we shoot, it will shoot all this. And this is the light vortex. This one is really powerful. There we go. It will suck all the enemies in and create a vortex that will just attack them. And that is how we defeat them. obviously we have the reverse step. This dashes backwards and grants the user resistance 5. So if we use that right over here, it will throw us back in case we're, attacking a lot of enemies. It'll shoot us back, and it'll shoot an arrow in front of us. So this one can be good to avoid very strong attacks and give you resistance 5. So this one is a light arrow that inflicts a light dot on the target. So if we find this spider right here, we'll shoot that, and there we go. It's gonna start taking damage just like that. And next up we have is the rogue class. So this is quick dash. This is pretty simple. This has the opportunity to do a little bit of poison damage and throws us forward. So let's summon an enemy and check it out. There we go. And it gives the user damage. And let's hit him one more time. Boom. There we go. This one is really cool, as if we throw it at this enemy, it will pull them all the way back to us, and we can attack them again and again. And as you can see, as we attack, there's a small chance we teleport behind the mob, and we'll be able to do a little more damage. Finally, the last one right here is Overdue. We'll do that. It's gonna do a ton of hits and poison the target just a little bit. So right here, you got quick dash, strike through, and Overdue. Now, you may be saying, whoa, that is some really cool stuff. And there is a ton of classes. They all have their unique abilities that make them fun and interesting. But there is one big thing that you may want to know about, and that is the final boss. Now, as you may see, there is one more class, but to get that, we have to defeat the boss. And to do that, we need to get the Visma Core. So let's say, for example, we have the Visma Core. We're gonna place it down. Oh, we need our 8th slot to be empty for this to happen. So let's pick this back up. There we go. Oh, we have fitting weather to defeat the boss. So let's place it down, and we get teleported to a new place. Oh, it's snowing up here, and we have our pet, which I know I said earlier, but we'll get back to this guy. It looks like we're here in the boss arena. So once we're here, we'll see this floating island up in the sky. You do not want to fall down. It looks like we have our brand new boss, and we get new music with this epic boss. So here we are in the boss arena, and he's gonna have different attacks. And one of these, he's gonna look around, and if we see the stone, we need to not move. We'll take no damage. But he's gonna use his giant fire thing. So for this one, you gotta run around, and you won't take damage if you do that. You gotta be really careful of that, because you will take a ton of damage. Oh, okay. Oh, there is his thing. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Oh, you're a catch on fire. And, oh no, we're about to die. And if we die, all we have to do is hit respawn, and we get 7 respawn chances. So, he also has a new ability. He adds this cube, and if you do enough damage to it, it will do a lot of health to the boss. But if you don't, it's gonna explode. So, this boss is going to be very difficult, but if you do beat him, you're gonna get some epic rewards. So maybe having friends in this will be a very good way to kind of help out and get a little bit stronger. Okay, so once we finally defeat this guy, there we go. We'll have this cool animation. We'll have the cube come up, and we'll do our last hit. Boom! It blows up, and we get some new items right here. This is the Eternal Incarnation, and default stance, all 6 eyes are closed, and you can read through all these to see kind of how to counteract all of his different moves, and you'll be able to see what he drops. So you can get the full set of armor, and you can put it all on, and you'll look pretty cool. Here is the full Eternal Legacy set, and once you get that, if you come over here to the crafting table, but make sure you have these data holders. So once we pop in here, we can see a weapon data Eternal Vanquish. So if we pop this in, we can get a new set that will allow us to have a quick equipped. So if we grab that, and if we're in here as well, we can get the armor data Eternal Legacy. So if we craft that as well, all we have to do is right click on these. So let's do the armor data Eternal Legacy and register this data. So it has been added to the guild tag, and you can do the same with the weapons, but I already have this enabled. So let's go into our guild tag, and we can take a look at our snap armors for Eternal Legacy to be a snap armor. So if you ever want to put on this armor, once you have gathered all the pieces, right click, go to snap armors, Eternal Legacy, equip, and you can immediately put on any of the armors and weapons that you get data for. And the same goes for snap weapons as well. If we click on that, let's equip it, you have equipped Eternal Vanquish, and it will give us that item. So we have it right here. So this is a great way to never lose your armor and always have it available. But as you can see, we may have gotten a new thing, companion data, Awakened Monkey. Let's right click, register this data, Awakened Monkey. So this is a new feature which adds companions. Let's go to companion. Let's do Awakened Monkey. Let's summon. And we have our friend, the Awakened Monkey. And he's gonna hang out. He's gonna be a friend, or not. That works too. There is a few different companions you can get. One of them is the Carkle Nokable Beast, which you've probably been seeing around a little bit earlier, and the Sanctum Fae. So let's summon you. It's gonna disappear, and there we go. Another cool thing about our summon is if we right click, we can literally ride him. And oh my gosh, he actually goes like really fast. That is so nice. And one of the last things, there is a ton of other items and other cool things that you can craft. So obviously I'm not going to be going over all of these, but some of them give some really cool effects. But there is one last thing we need to check out. That is the data class, the Equalist. So all you have to do is right click, and I have already registered it. But if we go to guild tag, you can go to classes. Let's check out Dagger and the Equalist. Save. There we go. Now we have the Equalist armor, and let's check it out. So here is a quick overview if you want to see. Every attack will deal double damage. Grants the user saturation when the user's HP is less than 10 points. And we have all of these ones right here. So this is spatial. If you hold down right click, it'll hold up a sword and will teleport. No, we can't do it on him. We gotta go find another mob. So this will teleport us right on top wherever that sword is. And we'll do an attack. So this next one, we're gonna skip this middle one because that one's kind of interesting. Eternal's Gaze. So Eternal's Gaze, if we right click, it's going to summon a giant hand and will disappear. Boom! Smash that down and defeat our enemies. And a giant hand is going to come down and crush things. So Awaken is another interesting ability. If we use our Awaken right here, we'll swap between our new abilities. So if we summon a new guy, we have a new set of abilities. So Precognition will send us backwards and give us a bonus attack and Strength 5. Oh, there we go. That was really close. So this can be really good for getting out of the way of a fight and will give us a lot of defense. Now, this next one is Eternal's Order. If we do this, it's going to give us resistance and do this area damage right over here, and we'll get speed. So that can be very good to protect ourselves. And obviously evasion will switch us between our other skills. But overall, this is such a cool add-on. There is tons of other small little details I haven't really talked about, and that is for you to discover on your own. Once again, this is Kubo Studios. This is the RPG add-on with all the different classes. And if you want to check out any other add-ons, hey, feel free to check them out right here. Thanks for watching. Bye.